Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay, and this is Life with Lindsay. You guys, this is the first WIP Chat for the event. We got a couple cool new goodies here. This is the Baby Monster pen that was named in honor of my family. If you guys don't know, my husband is the Data Monster, and these are our favorite colors, and I'm obsessed with stars. I'm going to just, okay, I'll get into all that. Before we get into all of this stuff, let's just go over the few boring housekeeping tips. If you hear a noise directly to my left, I do have a fan running. I am recording this while the tiny human is sleeping, so you'll hear lots of babbling, unless she decides to actually take a nap. So this pen came from Lazy River. I will leave all the information down below. I just filled my single placer with the Not Your Mama's Mud. This was gifted to me by a friend. And then we've got a whole bunch of trays out on the desk today. If you guys hear a beeping sound, that is my timer. So let's get into it. How is everybody doing? I am really excited. So this multi-placer is a 3D printed multi-placer from Nicole and Jamie over at Bella Art Day Nicole, and I will leave all of that information down below. They also made the trays. These are, if I can grab it, the sliding trays. These are new to the shop, and I absolutely love them. They are all stackable, so you can stack them, but because they are sliding, you can leave this at the end of the day, and like I'm shaking it upside down and nothing's happening, which obviously is what we want. So these are perfect if you have animals or small children or are clumsy. All right, so let's get into it. How are you guys doing? So when I am recording this, it is the third day of the event, and last I looked, we had over 50 people joining us already, which is amazing. Did I really pick a color that had, like, none on the canvas? Oh, look at that. We are off to a fantastic start, you guys. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, you know, this is me. Welcome. If you've never been here before, welcome. Thank you for hopping on this crazy train. I am the conductor of the Hot Mess Express here, and pretty much every video that I've ever recorded is all over the place. So, you guys, I literally pulled out these 4 colors, and I grabbed this one. I don't even know why I had that one. All right. So let's see. What is this symbol? This is the spade. Oh, how fitting. For anyone who's just hopping in and they have no idea what's going on, I'm currently working on, this is my Absolem from Jazz Higgins. I posted the interview with her on Facebook the other day. Can you guys even see? Am I even in frame? Oh, hi. So if I just got louder, it's because now I'm right up on the microphone. So anyway, I am playing around with these new trays. Obviously, I'm just busting out the new pen. I shouldn't say obviously, as if you guys would know. But I just got all of these things in the mail yesterday. And I had a lot of stuff going on. And things seem to always happen when you least expect it, or when it's needed. So if you guys don't already follow me on Instagram, make sure you do so. I have all the info for my Instagram and my Facebook group. Again, I'm totally out of frame. One day I'll have my stuff somewhat together, but clearly today is not that day. Okay, so these symbols look a little similar. So I'm hoping that I'm putting them in the right spot. So this is the Alice and Absolem, like I said, from Jazz Higgins. I am currently hosting the Alice in a Winter Wonderland over on Instagram. I do have some videos about it. I will try to tag everything I can up here in the eye. If I ever say I'm going to tag something in the eye and I forget to, or I don't put it in the description box, just let me know. All I ask is that you approach things in a kind manner, because we are all human and we can all make mistakes. And this is diamond painting. Diamond painting is meant to be fun and relaxing, and I am loving seeing my news feed. Is that what they call it on Instagram? My feed, whatever it's called. Just full of beautiful Alice in Wonderland kits. And if you would like to participate, the event runs from January 1st through February 14th. I have all the information in my latest, I forget what it's officially titled. I think it's like most up-to-date information, event information, something like that. And, okay, are there... I'm going to have to look at the key in a second here. I think those might be 3 different symbols that look similar all of a sudden. Anyway, but you have more than enough time to join us. Now, obviously, if you were watching this after the event ended, I am so sorry that you just discovered it, but my hopes is that this will be a fun event that will be worth doing again year after year. I obviously can't make any promises or any kind of guarantees, because I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. I don't know what next year is going to look like. And, you know, tomorrow's never promised. So for what it is right now, I'm just trying to enjoy things and take them as they come. And if you are watching this in present or present-ish days, if you have any Alice or Alice-themed kit, you are welcome to join the event at any time during its duration. So have fun, come join us, come diamond paint, come look at beautiful Alice in Wonderland paintings. I've seen so many really cool ones already. There were a bunch in there that I knew would be in there. And then, oh, look at that. A couple of these little stragglers. That was my fault. A couple customs that are really cool. A couple ones I've never seen before. And that's the whole point of the event, isn't it? To see beautiful Alice in Wonderland artwork, to encourage each other, to, you know, you're doing a great job, keep it up. Just to remain positive and to have fun. And I hope that, there were a few hiccups in the beginning, but I hope those have all been moved past and that we will just continue to have a wonderful time. So, with that being said, I am going to ramble on some more. For those who are playing at home, don't forget that I will be doing the, what did I call it? Featured account. And so this is one of my Alice in Wonderland themed, excuse me. That's the tiny human. This is one of my Alice in Wonderland themed videos for the week. I am filming this on Sunday. I don't know when it will go live. I want to make sure, and you guys let me know. I always say I want to put out content that you want to watch, but always let me know if there's something you want to see, you don't want to see, you want to see more of, you want to see less of, please let me know. But with this event happening, I would love for my feed, or I'm sorry, my YouTube to be more than just Alice in Wonderland for the next 6 weeks. I love Alice, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I love Alice. I created this event, but I'm sure that you guys would like to see more than just me doing Alice in Wonderland WIP and chats and video updates for the event. So, please let me know down below if there's anything in particular you would like to see more of or less of. So for this one, if you guys didn't watch that latest update video, it does have things explained really well. Sorry, let me just move the camera out a little bit. Maybe that's better. Sorry for anyone who gets motion sickness. This kit is not very wide, so I just kind of shift you can see my light pad ends here. I just keep shifting it either this way or this way, depending on what I need to do. And I refer to myself as a free-range diamond painter. You know, like a free-range chicken, but you're not going to eat me. I can't work in a small, contained space. So when people were doing the DP Advent event, I was like, that's cool. But I just, like, I loved watching everybody else working on it and watching their things unfold. But for me, I just, as you can see, I'm working on a pretty big space, and I'm just kind of going for it. So I'm really enjoying this multiplacer. It's such a weird thing to be like, multiplacers are great. Are you guys a fan of multiplacers? I love the thin placers, but this is really nice. This is really nice. You can tell, like, it's a quality one. A lot of these plastic multiplacers, they just fall apart from constant use. And the edges get all blurred, and it makes it hard to, you have to refill it with wax more often. Anyway, I'm going on 85 different tangents here. So anyway, what I was trying to say is keep your eye out. If you would like to be the featured account, just keep your eye out for any Easter eggs that I may drop in this video. Now, I will have already put in a Hot Mess Express in the beginning, and that does not count because that sticker has been used numerous times in multiple videos that I have done. It will be something more along the lines of if there is silence that needs to be killed, or something quick on the screen for, you know, a second or two in reference to what I'm talking about. And if you don't know how to do this, the whole point is obviously to have fun. That's the number one thing. But I would like to use this platform to showcase some of you guys. So, if you become the featured account, I will showcase your Instagram account. If you have a small business you'd like to promote, I will share that in my next, well, I guess it'll be my first one for the event, but I will share it in my weekly event workups. I haven't figured out what I'm going to call those yet, so nobody hold me to any of what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm going to feature other people's accounts, and I will be showing your progress photo, and let's spread the wealth here, you guys. Let's encourage each other, and let's cheer each other on. There's been so much nastiness happening, and this is a craft that's meant to bring people happiness and to be a stress reliever, and that's all I want it to do. And I have a very small platform here, but I still have a platform, and I'd like to use it for good. I'd like to use it to encourage other people. I have said from day one, and I will continue to say it, that I think that we are better together than we are apart, and I will never understand people that feel the need to tear other people down to lift themselves up. And I won't really speak on any of this much further because it's just weighing heavy on my heart. But I do want you to know that all the people who've reached out to me over the last couple days, you have not gone unnoticed, and you have been greatly appreciated. And so that is that. So if you guys saw, like I said, I don't know when I'm posting this. I filmed this on Sunday, but if you saw my Instagram yesterday, you saw that I had a bit of an allergy attack. So for the people who've been reaching out, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. You know, I had a bunch of people ask me what was going on, what did I do? So, oh, I just slid that up a little too far. So I'm allergic to pets, for lack of a better term. I'm allergic to cats, I'm allergic to dogs, I'm allergic to rabbits, I'm probably also allergic to horses, I've been told. I haven't been around a horse in over a decade, so I can't attest to that. But we went to see my father-in-law, and he lives on a farm, and he raises beef cattle, and we went to go see him, and about 3 minutes before we pulled into his driveway, my husband was like, crap, you forgot to take an allergy pill. Now, pre-COVID, I would always have a bottle of Zyrtec in the car. Zyrtec is what works for me as like a preventative medication when I have allergies. Doesn't always work. Some animals bother me far more than others, but because we're not going anywhere, we just have it in the house. And turns out I reacted. My one eye swelled almost completely shut. This is not uncommon. So for anyone who's like, oh my goodness, this happens to me pretty much every time I'm around an animal that I'm allergic to. The allergy pill just helps it keep it at bay for a little bit longer, or helps lessen. Sorry, she's singing. Or helps lessen some of the, yes, Briar, E-I-E-I-O. Helps lessen some of the issues, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So, either way, I've dealt with this for many, many years, and it was unfortunate, and I was trying to spend a good day with my family and have a lovely day, and then it just didn't work out in my favor. Let's just say that. So, it is now the next day. My eye looks much better. It will probably take me a couple days for my eyes to fully recover, and that's okay. I'm used to that, so. Interesting. So, these two symbols, let's see if I can show them on camera. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. Nope, wants to blur it out. So, so that's the down arrow. And then, there you go. That's a spade. And yes, one is blue and one is gray, but they look very similar on the canvas, which is okay. I have not had any issues. These symbols remind me of my AliExpress, my custom that I did a while back. But, so I now have 2 trays out. And you'll see me, I'll just be like all over the place. And here I am. This is probably why I always have issues with like, oh hey, I missed a bunch, because I do it the way I do it. It is what it is. By the way, in case anyone has never told you this, there is no right or wrong way to diamond paint. So if something works for you, but it doesn't work for something else, or if it doesn't work for someone else, or for you, but it works for someone else, that's totally okay. It's meant to be worked on the way that you want to work on it. So I have had people say, oh, I do it, you know, I start from the top, or I have to section off my canvas, or I have to do this. You do what works for you. We all take inspiration from other people. So if somebody else is doing something that seems interesting to me, I'll test it out. I'll try it and be like, oh yeah, I like this. I don't like this. And, oops, sorry guys, we all, oh no, I just realized I put the wrong drills down. Thankfully it wasn't many. Let's try to fix this. Okay, well, I hope you guys are enjoying me. Okay, you know what? Like I said, it wasn't many. It was just like 4 or 5, but, well, now I'm losing them. I just totally lost my train of thought, you guys. Oh, man. I'm sure Editing Lindsay will put it in a note there. Just reminding everyone that I probably didn't have much of a mind to begin with. Alright, well, I just lost those drills. Trying to take them off. So what color was I looking for that I grabbed this one? Ah, I know. Let's... Ugh, sorry. Let's see if you guys can see. So this is the, like, swirl. I don't know what you want to call these. And I grabbed the lowercase e. So you can see there. I don't know why. There you go. They're not super similar, but I just grabbed the wrong one. Like I said, I only laid a couple down, so it's not a big deal. And even if I did screw up, alright, well, as long as it's not going to majorly affect things. Has anybody else done that? You gone, well, it's a little too late now, I'll just move on. All right. Anyway, let's get back. Guys, I am so off the rails right now. Going off the rails of a crazy train. I probably shouldn't sing. If you guys have been here long enough, you know that I do tend to sing whatever's in my mind. My kiddo was doing that before she went down for her nap. She was saying, "Daddy, daddy, 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 daddy," which is to the tune of Frere Jacques, in case my terrible singing didn't make that apparent. So how is everybody doing now that I've gone completely off the rails and back again? Well, I'm never fully back, but back enough. Are you guys making any sort of resolutions for yourself for 2021? I find that COVID or not, I don't really like to make resolutions. I like to put my ideas into the universe and say what it is I'm looking for, but at the same time remember to be thankful for the things I have or the things I've obtained. Personally, I think that so many people feel failure when they don't achieve whatever their New Year's resolution is. Now, if your New Year's resolution is something that's easily obtainable, that's one thing. But when you're somebody that's like, I'm gonna cut out soda and lose 100 pounds and go out to the gym 3 to 5 days a week, you know, that might be a bit more difficult to obtain than, say, I want to focus on self-care a little bit more this year. You know, one is a clear, hard and fast goal, and the other is more of a concept. And I am a firm believer in self-care, especially if you are a parent. A space parent, not a parent, like apparently. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. You're no good to anyone else if you're no good to yourself first. So take care of yourself. Taking, 10 minutes to do a face mask or a soak in the tub or reading for a little bit before you go to bed. Where did that one go? That's not selfish. I know a lot of people, especially women, feel that taking the time for self-care is a selfish thing. But I will tell you, for those who don't know, I have been home with my daughter since February of 2020. I am coming up now on almost a year. I'm just making sure. Yeah, it's interesting. Can you guys see these two symbols here? They look the same, but this one looks more like a heart. Actually, let me see if I can. Oh. Am I crazy? That one looks more like a heart and like a down symbol. So let's bring you back out. Let me just double check on the legend. You guys, I am off these rails today. But I don't think there is. I just want to make sure. No. Okay, we're good. Oh my goodness. If this is your first time in one of my WIP chats, I am always all over the place, but I definitely feel like I'm more all over the place today than I normally am. So I do apologize, but this is me. Anyway, so self-care. So for me, a lot of times when people ask me what does my self-care look like, it looks like this. I oftentimes will take the time to diamond paint. I'm a really big fan of the tub. I know some people don't like taking a bath because then they feel like they're just sitting in their own dirty bath water. But whatever. I find it relaxing, and I'm not going anywhere, so, you know, take that however you wish. But just sitting in the tub and soaking or doing a good face mask, like something like that can recharge yourself. So like I said, I've been home with my daughter since last February. And every time I bring this up, I kindly mention that this is not open for debate. I know some people have mentioned to me that I'm doing my child a disservice. I'm just going to state one thing here. I've said it probably hundreds of times at this point, and I'll continue to say it forever. But if you are not a parent, please don't ever think that you are in the place to offer parenting advice. And as a rule of thumb, you should never be offering unsolicited advice for anything, much less parenting. But for me, my daughter, and I've talked about this a lot, and I will talk about it a lot more, I'm sure of it, but my daughter has a compromised airway, so for the safety of her, I have protected her as much as humanly possible. And I will continue to do so, because whether somebody agrees with me or not, that is my job as her parent, is to provide her with a safe environment. Now, that being said, if you have been trapped in your house with your child for an extended period of time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we've all hit that wall where we're ready to just bust free. I mean, be like, I need some time that doesn't involve you being up my butt. And, like, I love my child dearly. I love her. Don't get me wrong. But, man, have we hit that wall. And unfortunately, you know, I can't just go out and wander around like I used to. Target is, you know, it was my happy place. And I would love to just wander around the dollar spot at Target. Who else loves the dollar? The dollar spot. The dollar spot. I love that place. All right, I'm just grabbing a couple colors here. All right. So let's pull out 2 colors. So it's funny, I was talking to Nicole over at Bella Art Day Nicole, and she was asking me about colors of trays and things like that, and I was like, do you have a hard time with the dark trays, like seeing the drills? And she said, no, you just use the lighter drills on the dark background trays. And it was like light bulb moment. I am one of those people that the clear trays, I obviously put the tape underneath it here, because when I put it down, the light came through and it made it too hard. By the way, that tiny little piece of trash right there, which is just an extra piece, that is the only piece I've had so far in this kit. Not a single trash trail. And I'm quite impressed by that. So, this is a symbol that I lovingly refer to as the boob. Sometimes you wonder, maybe I only wonder, but sometimes, I know I wonder, do you guys wonder how they come up with the symbols that they use? If you guys haven't checked out Katie over on YouTube, I'll link her up in the eye, if I remember. Sorry. Excuse me. She is one of those people that has a huge project going on, and then she works on, like, normal size projects, we'll call it that. Which again is all into perspective. You know, when I started, anything bigger than a 30 by 40 would have seemed like a huge project. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is she's working on this huge Josephine wall canvas that has 200 and something colors. And some of the symbols in that kit just make me giggle, because it's like, wow, how did they come up with that? So this one has music notes and Saturn and a couple other really weird ones. So it just makes me giggle. Do you guys have a favorite non-alphanumeric symbol? Or least favorite? The greater than, less than symbols always throw me off. Which, if you are working on a kit and you have your drills in containers. Like I have mine in containers. Some people work out of bags, or they just have trays that are labeled. One thing I will say that works for me is, I'm just going to use this as an example. So this is a V. My canvas is upright right now, so I would leave it on my desk this way. However, if I was working and my canvas was flipped upside down, any of those ones that are confusing, I put my container the same direction that my canvas is. So if my canvas is upside down, so will my container, so that I can look at that and go, oh, it's not a V anymore, it's the up. Just so it doesn't throw me off. Just a little tip for me to you. What were the ones I was working on? The boob and the music note. I feel like I've been here for almost a half hour. Oh, I have been here for a half hour, and I've gotten nothing accomplished. Which is true, because I've only worked for, my timer's only been going for 22 minutes. So, anyway. If you guys have any fun tips or tricks that you like to use when working on a canvas, let me know down below. But I always wonder, I feel like, do you think the people who come up with the symbols are like the people who come up with names for nail polish? They just throw a bunch of things out there and see what sticks, and they go, you know what, we should use an umbrella. Guys, let's go in and use the web dings that nobody's used since, you know, Microsoft 95. Let's use those web dings. And, I mean, I understand for, like, Katie, for example, her canvas has so many colors that they need to have a bunch of different symbols. But this one has 36. So, it's just interesting, the ones that they've chosen to put in this kit, I think. Like, the boob one always makes me laugh. And there's a couple other companies that have, boob-looking emojis, boob-looking symbols. You guys, so all over the place. Yeah. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? Now that I'm, you know, half hour into rambling about essentially nothing. Did everybody have a lovely new year? Did anybody do anything fun and exciting? My husband and I did not. For anyone who does follow me on Instagram, you may have seen I did an interview that my husband so graciously put together on New Year's Eve with Jazz Higgins, the artist of this canvas. And I did repost it here on YouTube as well. And I will do my best to remember to put that in the eye. She was so incredibly sweet. And time-wise, when I was talking to her, it was actually January 1st in Australia when I was talking to her. But it was so cool to just sit down and chat about her art, chat about this canvas. I think it's really admirable when an artist self-publishes their own diamond paintings. Now, for those who don't know, if you go through a company that sells legally licensed artwork, you know, your Diamond Art Club, your TSA, your Craftablies, they will obtain the rights through the artist for that piece or all their pieces, whatever ones they want. And then they sell them, and the artist gets basically like a commission. They get paid for it. So instead of doing it that way, Jazz actually self-publishes her own. So she reached out to manufacturers and partnered up with, you know, the ones she got the best results from. And when you buy the kit from her, it's coming from her, and it's really, I find it to be very admirable. It's one thing to support yourself with your own art. It's another thing to go out and publish it. And if you guys are looking for ways to support local artists, or, I mean, she's not local to me, but she is, I mean, if you're in Australia, she's local to you. But if you want to support artists, a lot of them sell their own prints. And then there's websites like Redbubble where you can buy merchandise, clothing, notebooks, coffee mugs, things like that with legally obtained artwork on it. So it's really amazing to see that. And I feel like, I said this in the interview, and I wholeheartedly believe in it, I feel like diamond painting has opened me up to a world of artists that I never knew existed. And I'm very grateful for that, because I, in my age, have discovered what it is I like artistically, that, and, you know, the names for it, so I can go and search out more, if you will. And I'm very grateful and thankful for that. And I love that this is a craft that it really doesn't matter what your artistic tastes are. There's something for everyone. And I know there have been discussions where some people are over the girls with the big eyes, or they want more realistic looking kits, or more scenic, or more animal. And that's the joy of this, is that while some companies may cater more specifically in a certain style than others, if that company doesn't carry what it is you're looking for, somebody else will. And for me, give me all the girls with the big eyes. I love that style, which is not surprising, seeing that this is the canvas I chose for this event. And shift over my, whoop. Man, if anybody's good at, if anybody has any recommendations for good, like, organization type stuff, my desk is always a mess. I mean, if you couldn't tell by me being on this Hot Mess Express over here, I struggle with organization. I struggle with the desire and motivation to get and stay organized. Like, planner people, I'm jealous, because I've tried even just basic paper calendars, and I get gung-ho in the beginning, and then I just find it difficult and time consuming to maintain. And I know there are some people out there who, you know, they spend hours making spreads and adding in stickers and washi tape and like all sorts of really cool stuff, and that's great. But if I have no time to write in the 75 million appointments that we have, you know, although I guess that's probably why some people like it, because they take that time to decorate it and to make it their own. But I have never been one to be organized. I'm wondering if my kid finally fell asleep. I haven't heard her go for a little bit. I can't check because I'm recording on the phone that I would look in on her camera. But, do you ever have those moments when you have a child and you're like, did they fall asleep? And then you look in on them and you see, no, they did not fall asleep. They're doing X, Y, and Z. She's recently discovered she likes to lay on the heater, the heating vent. She likes the wind and the heat. And so, like, the one day she took all the blankets off her bed and just kind of laid down next to the heater. It was very sweet. But yeah, so back to the whole, do you have a New Year's resolution thing that I can't even remember how long ago it was. I don't make hard and fast resolutions. But what I would like is, I say it every year, I'd like more answers in terms of my child and her health and her care. And I will fight for that until she is doing it on her own, which, you know, she'll be a grown-up by then. Even then, I'll probably still be like, let's fight. Fighting and advocating for my child, not, like, fighting. And then I really want to live in those happy moments. I want to revel in them. Being quarantined at home with my husband and my child has been both wonderful and difficult at the same time. It's difficult in the sense that we're missing out on so many things, so many opportunities, but we're also really living in these moments where we are having fun together at home, and we're experiencing new things together. We're cooking things together. We're baking bread and pretzels and bagels from scratch and, you know, things like that. And I just want to, no matter how hard things get, no matter how hard those moments are, I really want to just live in those happy moments as best I can. My husband and I, prior to this pandemic, we had our moments where we were good, and then we had a lot of moments where we struggled. And that's not something I've really talked about much on the channel, but a lot of that has to do with we didn't have fun together anymore because our days were just full of taking care of a child and taking care of a house. And at that time, he was working outside of the house, and everything just piled up, and it just left us at the end of the day where we didn't enjoy each other's company, and we weren't out there having a blast and having fun, and now we are. And I love that. You know, I can't speak for him. I assume he likes that. And I know a bunch of people have asked they want more Data Monster on the channel. We will be doing some more fun stuff for you guys soon. There we go. So, what is it that you are looking forward to in 2021? My biggest thing is I just want this year to be better than last year. And the bar's set pretty low, but, you know, a lot of that has to depend on the people you interact with and engage with, whether that's by choice or not. You know, I live in an area where people think it's a joke. The coronavirus is no big deal, and wearing a mask is not really that big of a deal. And again, this is not open for debate here, so whatever your thoughts and opinions are, please, you can keep them to yourself. Because at the end of the day, I know I've seen firsthand the effects that this has had on people. And anyway, I'm going to move on from that. But being trapped at home has taken us away from my child freely engaging in sports and having face-to-face therapy services and, you know, things that there's a big toll that's being played on our family because of it. And I want her to be happy, and I want her to have everything that she needs. And of course, every parent wants their kid to have everything that they want and desire, because that's part of what it means to be a parent. But I just want some normalcy back. That's really what I want for 2021. I want my child to get back into sports. And I don't mean like competitive sports. My daughter has expressed interest. She wants to learn how to ice skate. She wants to go back to gymnastics. I'd like to put her in soccer. Obviously not all of these things at the same time, because I don't want to be totally nuts. I'd like her to be able to do a preschool program that is in person. For those who don't know, my daughter does the preschool program through the school district, and it's virtual. Which, if you have a child or grandchild or niece or nephew or anyone that is school age that is in your life, in your family, then you know they have had some form of virtual learning in 2020. And it has just, it's one thing to have, you know, a 14-year-old taking class online. But let me tell you, you put a 3-year-old in front of an iPad or a cell phone. Has anyone in here ever video chatted with a toddler? You see the top of their head. You might see their eyeball. Then we've got teachers barking orders at us. She needs to do this. Hold her pen this way. And I'm like, you guys are overwhelming her. And I'm doing the best I can as a parent. But I wasn't built for virtual learning. I tried doing online classes when I went to college, and that was a horrible experience for me. And now you want me to implement that on my kid? I'm like, ugh. So we're doing the best we can. She's doing the best she can. And I know these teachers are doing the best they can. And so many of them are being, you know, crapped on. And it's not an easy task. It's not it's not easy. None of it is easy. And it just, so my hopes for 2021 is that we can resume some sense of normalcy, whatever that is. And, it's hard. You know, some people really haven't changed their lifestyles. And, you know, I'm not here to tell you what you should do with your life or how you should engage with other people, but I know the restrictions that I have on my child and in my life because of that. And they're not, you know, negative things. They just are. And I'm hoping that I can just continue to raise a happy, loving child, and that one day she'll look back at this and I would love for it to be a blip on her radar. But you never know. Kids are like elephants. You know, they remember everything. Everything. Which is why we've stopped telling her certain things. Like the other day we went to go visit her grandfather, and the last time we told her that, she didn't want to go to sleep because all she wanted to do was be like, we're going to go see Grandpa. We're going to go to the farm. We're going to see cows. And she got too excited. So, you know, sometimes good parenting tactics backfire. But we do need to prepare her for things. Like if we just left without telling her what we were doing, she would be overwhelmed. And, you know, that's pretty normal for kids her age. But, man, I feel like I've been rambling about, like, nonsensical things this entire time. I'm hoping that when you guys watch this, you're like, okay, it made a little bit of sense. I'm not going to strive for a lot of sense, but a little bit of sense is good, right? So, but that's what I hope. I hope for some normalcy. I am very excited. I'm getting back to, like, early quarantine Lindsay, where I'm all about ordering all the sweets off the internet, which is probably problematic, but I just got a boatload of cookies in the mail, like 50 cookies in the mail, from Insomnia Cookies, something cookies, I don't know, and they're all soft bake, but these were all individually wrapped, which is fine. They were cheaper than buying the dozen, and I'm a sweet person, but every night when I go downstairs, so my husband and I have our routine. It might vary a little bit, but our nightly is after we are done working up here in our crafting space, which if you didn't know, my husband customizes Funko Pops, and all of his information is always listed down below. But he and I both work in this space. This space he actually changed from where his PlayStation and stuff was, which it's still up here. My husband, I couldn't tell you last time he turned it on. I think he's played like once since we had our kid, and she's 3, so, you know, you can put that into perspective there. But anyway, I missed a boob, rearrange the whole room. And I do have like a mini desk tour, which I'm going to say I'll link it up in the eye, but I'll probably forget because I'm already linking like 75 things in the eye, and I'm not writing any of these things down. So, you know, I just sidetracked myself there. Anyway, so he'll come up here and we'll both work. Oh, there's a bunch of boobs down here I missed. And at the end of the night, we go downstairs and we watch whatever it is we're watching at the moment. Right now, we just started binging Parks and Recs off of a lot of people's recommendation. And there's a couple other shows we watch like weekly, but a lot of things are on hiatus right now because it's, you know, that holiday period, which is fine, you know. Schools are off, TV's off, so. Anyway, That's not the point. The point is that's what we do. And then I go downstairs and I make popcorn. Now, I recently got, I want to say it's called an air popper. I'm probably wrong on what it is, but it's basically like a glass jug that you put your kernels in with a silicone lid, and then you put it in your microwave and you pop your popcorn. So, no need for me to buy bags of popcorn anymore. We just bought like a big thing of kernels. I don't have to worry about doing them on the stovetop. I don't have to worry about doing anything. I just put it in the microwave and I'm done. So, well, as much as I'm a sweets person, every night when I go downstairs, I make popcorn. This has only been happening during the pandemic. So, you know, but I enjoy it. And how do you guys enjoy your popcorn? If I was at a movie theater, my favorite way is to get the nacho cheese that they sell for like pretzel bites and stuff like that. I love to dip my popcorn in that. Like, love. And I remember they used to give you the cup for free. I'm aging myself here. And then it was like, oh, yeah, for $1. Now I think it's like a couple dollars. I'm like, what? But I'm still going to do it. But I like to sprinkle nutritional yeast onto my popcorn. It gives it that like cheesy flavor without it being cheesy. And I bought a container of it, like a big shaker of it I made a vegan mac and cheese recipe a while back. I'm not a vegan. I'm not even a vegetarian. But I love how a lot of vegan recipes are more shelf-stable products. So I don't have to worry about certain things going bad, like beans and rice and chickpeas, and a lot of things are great with great sources of protein. So I really enjoy implementing some of these meals into our regular rotation. And I was like, I'm going to try to make a vegan mac and cheese. And my husband was like, I'll try it. And he enjoyed it. I hated it. I couldn't care for the texture of the cheese sauce. It didn't taste like cheese at all to me. But I had all this nutritional yeast. I was like, what the hell am I going to do with this? And I was like, well, you can sprinkle it on things to give it like a cheesy flavor. So I did that, and I've been hooked. So that's what I like to put on to my popcorn. Super random tangent, I guess. Oh man, my nose is running now. I apologize. I know that's not very appealing in a camera. Well, you're not seeing me. You're only hearing me. Haha. I'm kind of glad you're not seeing me, though, because my eyes are still quite angry from the dog. And the best thing is the dog wasn't even in the house. The dog was outside, like, hanging out and enjoying the fresh air. And yeah. Yeah, his dog is half Burmese mountain dog. So she is just this big dog, and she doesn't realize her own strength and size. And sometimes it's a bit intimidating. So he just has her hang out outside. Oh, man. Let me grab some more colors. Grab a tissue real quick. Anyway. What color should I do next? Let's look. Grab number. Oh, sorry, my arm's all up in the camera. All right, so there's a 6 and a Q. One thing I don't love, I feel like every company does this. When this number, I hate that it keeps blurring. When this number doesn't match this number. Now, it doesn't bother some people because some people only go by the symbol. But I keep mine in order. And, like, this doesn't have the DMC number on it, but it's on my legend. So, oh, I'm, like, putting away the drills over here without actually finishing them up. And in case anyone's curious, these are the Harbor Freight storage containers. I don't think I mentioned them. Okay, we're going to just totally pretend that didn't happen. Nope, just kidding. I'm gonna definitely pretend like that happened. This is very fitting for how life has been over the last couple days. Just spilled drills all over my canvas. Man. My friend just showed me one of those really cute drill vacuums. Have you guys seen those? They're like little tiny handheld, like palm sized. And they just suck up all your drills. Now, if you don't have that, like I don't have one of them. Which clearly I'm questioning my life decisions at the moment, but if you have a hose vacuum with like the attachment, like the hose attachment, or any kind of stick vacuum, then if you just put like a stocking over the edge, you can suck it up and it will pick them all up. And then as soon as you turn it off, because there's a sock there or a stocking, they'll drop. So do it over a container, and that's how you can pick up drills. So I was going to do more colors, but I think this might be an indication that I'm starting to come to the end here. So I'm just going to keep chatting with you guys while I clean this up. And then I will head out of here. I can't believe I did that. Now, most of this is on the plastic, so that's good. But not all of it. So when I spill on the canvas like this, a lot of this I can actually pick up. But those sharp tweezers, these ones, those are great for picking them up. So if you guys have any tips or tricks for when you spill your drills, or when you watch someone else spill their drills, because I'm sure there are some people who've never spilled drills all over their canvas. I was doing an Instagram live the one day, and I spilled drills like 3 times, and I was like, you know what? I think we're done now for the night. We're just gonna call it a day. Sometimes you just have to, you know, cut your own losses. I'm gonna put these in the drill container. I don't know where I just pulled that one off of. So, man, that was a lot of drills I spilled. But yeah, that was a rough night. I was like, all right, I think we're done. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to end this here, you guys. If you have made it all the way to the end, let me know. What's your favorite kind of soda? So, thank you guys for being here so much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I'm hoping that everybody has a wonderful 2021 and beyond. Make sure while you guys are here, you give this video 2 thumbs up. 1 real life, 1 virtual. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Come, join the Sparkle Squad. And while you are there, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any time that I upload. I do not operate on any sort of schedule. I operate on toddler standard time. I record while she is sleeping or sleeping. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!